day a heavy silence is shattered by a sharp, mocking laugh. Gabby asterisk loudly, echoing no lawyer. You lose. Cadence. The gallery chuckles. Major Cadence Sinclair keeps her eyes glued to the mountain of documents on her defense table. She looks up, locks eyes with her younger sister, Gabby, for less than a second, and cuts the connection. Silence makes a bully work harder. Across the aisle, Gabby leans back, spinning grandmother Clara's old brass estate trust key around her finger like a trophy. She's already spending her share of the $15 million. Beside her, their mother, Sibyl, adjusts her pearls and whispers a joke. Their father, Garrison, sits like a stone, wearing the exact same expression he uses at Sinclair Logistics board meetings right before a hostile takeover. Cold, patient, certain. Court clerk calling case 404, estate of Clara Sinclair. Petition for emergency conservatorship. Cadence stands, alone, no attorney. Opposing counsel Pierce Harrington buttons his $4,900 charcoal suit jacket and steps to the lectern, smooth as silk. Harrington, Your Honor, this is a straightforward matter. My clients seek an emergency conservatorship. We have documented evidence that Major Cadence Sinclair has demonstrated impaired judgment, financial instability, and psychological incapacity following her recent deployment. He turns, throwing a pitying glance at Cadence. Harrington asterisk, given that the respondent has no legal representation, we respectfully request an immediate summary judgment today. He wants to execute her defense before she can even speak. Judge Harton, I'll hear all arguments before considering any motion, counselor. Harrington smiles, a practiced, hollow smile. He isn't worried, he's just calculating percentages. He thinks Cadence is ready to panic. He forgets that Cadence doesn't panic in courtrooms. She spent the last decade tracking financial crimes for the United States Army. Cadence folds her hands, her knuckles are scarred and calloused. Her family used to mock those hands, saying they belonged to a mechanic, not a daughter of Boston royalty. They forgot those same hands recovered classified data from shattered hard drives in active war zones, built money trails through 6 countries, and signed federal indictments. Gabby leans over the banister, whispering viciously, Gabby, you could have at least hired someone. I hear public defenders are free. Cadence, this isn't a criminal case. Gabby asterisk smirking, not yet. Preston Latimore, Gabby's fiancé, laughs. He is a carbon copy finance executive, expensive cufflinks, a perfect haircut, and a smile that expires after 30 seconds. Preston whispering to Gabby, I almost feel bad for her. Gabby, no you don't. Preston, you're right. Act II, the silent counterattack. The courtroom, continuous. Judge Atherton reviews the file, flipping pages with agonizing slowness. Judge Harton, the petitioner alleges Major Sinclair lacks the mental capacity to manage the trust. Harrington asterisk correct, Your Honor. The supporting physician's report is attached. Her solitary service overseas resulted in severe psychological impairment. We have sworn affidavits from her immediate family confirming her irrational behavior. Immediate family, the very people inheriting the millions. While the court focuses on the judge, Cadence quietly opens her leather folder. Inside lies a thick, red, wax-sealed military evidence package, certified, signed, pristine. It had traveled through secure military evidence lockers, federal forensic accountants, and digital signature verifications. No one in this room knows it exists. Cadence rests her hand on it. Not yet, Harrington. Furthermore, the respondent outright refused mediation. Cadence, I did. Harrington turns, surprised. Harrington, you admit that. Cadence, yes. Because mediation requires good faith. A cough breaks out in the gallery, someone hiding a laugh. Harrington bristles. Harrington, Your Honor, Major Sinclair has completely isolated herself from every member of her family. Cadence, my family isolated themselves from the truth. Harrington, so now everyone else is lying. Cadence, I didn't say everyone. Harrington, you implied it. Cadence, I don't have to imply it. The numbers will do it for me. The judge raises a hand, silencing Harrington, and looks at Cadence. Judge Harton, Major Sinclair, you will have your opportunity to respond fully. Cadence, thank you, Your Honor. Gabby tosses the brass key into the air, catching it. Once, twice, 3 times. She thinks the key means victory. But Cadence remembers what grandmother Clara taught her about analyzing evidence over emotion. If someone is working that hard to convince you they've won, Cade. They're usually hiding the one thing they hope you'll never notice. The most valuable thing Clara left behind wasn't the key, or the house, or the $15 million. It was the truth inside that sealed red package. And if the judge opens it, this hearing won't be about whether Cadence needs a lawyer. It will become a crime scene. #III, the Homecoming Exile EXT. The SINCLAIR estate 72 hours earlier, 3 days before the courtroom showdown. Cadence stands at the bottom of a long, pristine stone driveway in Wellesley, Massachusetts. She's carrying a battered canvas duffel bag held together by heavy-duty thread and a broken zipper. She has just returned from a grueling 15-month active-duty cyber intelligence deployment. She isn't looking for a parade, she just wants a quiet dinner at the table where her grandmother used to pour tea. Instead, she finds a circus. The 12-acre estate is flawless. Valets are parking luxury sports cars. Gabby is hosting her pre-wedding cocktail gala for 100 high society influencers and investors. Cadence adjusts her army service dress uniform. The medals are perfectly aligned. She has worn this uniform in rooms where national security threats were dissected, but to her mother, it is an eyesore. The heavy oak front doors swing open. Sybil Sinclair stands there in a designer cream dress. She looks at Cadence, then at the uniform, then at the duffel bag. No hug, no welcome home. SIBIL, what are you doing here? Cadence, I'm home. Sybil glances back toward the ballroom where music swells and glass clinks. SIBIL, not like this. What are you wearing? Cadence, my uniform. I told you I was coming back today. Sybil asterisk stepping closer, whispering, I didn't know you planned to arrive looking like asterisk that. And what is that horrific bag? Cadence, it's my equipment bag. Sybil asterisk put it away. Cadence, listen to me very carefully. Tonight is critical for Gabby and Preston. There are major investors inside. We cannot have you standing around in that uniform ruining the photographs. Cadence, this uniform is the reason I made it home to be in those photographs, mother. Sybil sighs, deeply annoyed. Sybil asterisk, don't be dramatic. Look at you. You look like low-class warehouse security. Go put your bag by the service entrance and stay out of sight. Sybil begins closing the massive oak door. The edge stops inches from Cadence's shoulder, a polite slam in the face. Through the glass panels, Cadence watches guests look over, whispering into their champagne glasses. No one steps out to help. The Sinclair reputation comes first. Cadence picks up her bag and walks around to the kitchen service door. The door opens to scorching heat and a catering kid carrying a heavy tray. He almost bumps into her, stops and looks at her chest of medals. Catering boy asterisk, oh, sorry ma'am. Welcome home and thank you for your service. A complete stranger shows her more respect in 5 seconds than her family has in 5 years. #IV, the digital paper trail INT. SINCLAIR estate, upstairs hallway. Later, Cadence walks up to the second floor, escaping the artificial laughter below. She walks past the framed family portraits. Garrison's graduation, Gabby's beauty pageants, but her own West Point graduation photo is gone. In its place is a giant portrait of Gabby and Preston in Lake Como. She reaches her old bedroom door. The brass nameplate with her initials has been unscrewed. She twists the knob. It's unlocked. She opens it and stops. Her room is completely gone. The walls have been torn out to create a massive, gilded, luxury walk-in closet for Gabby. Designer dresses hang where her history books used to be. Glass cases display bridal shoes. Everything that defined Cadence has been erased. On the balcony, she finds 3 cardboard boxes left out in the rain, waterlogged and collapsing. Box 1 asterisk her West Point commendations, bent and water damaged. Box 2 asterisk her academic medals and cyber warfare certifications, tossed aside like garbage. Box 3 asterisk dozens of handwritten letters from grandmother Clara. Beneath Clara's letters, Cadence spots a thick bank envelope. She pulls it out. It is the statement for the personal college savings account she built herself by working double shifts at Millie's Corner Diner as a teenager. The balance was supposed to be $18,642.19. She unfolds the damp paper. The balance is 0. The transaction line reads, account liquidation via power of attorney. Attached is a forged authorization signature. It's signed Garrison Sinclair asterisk alongside a crude, fake copy of her own signature. Her father didn't ask, he didn't borrow, he stole it, INT. Motel room night before midnight, Cadence leaves the estate without saying goodbye. No one notices. She checks into a rundown, anonymous motel off Route 9. She boots up her secure military laptop and connects to an encrypted network. She isn't looking for revenge, she's looking for facts. Facts don't have emotions. By 1:18 a.m., she hits her first digital footprint. The IP address used to authorize the forged power of attorney traces directly back to a server at Sinclair Logistics. Her father spent millions on physical security guards and cameras, but ignored his digital firewall. Cadence breaches the network in minutes. Deep inside an innocent-looking directory labeled Pension Fund Review, she finds a hidden ledger. Thousands of micro-transfers totaling $3.5 million systematically funneled out of the employee pension fund. The digital signature on the transfers. Preston Lattimore, but the final routing path stops her cold. Preston didn't send the stolen millions to a Swiss account. He routed them through a dormant corporate account registered entirely under the name * Major Cadence Sinclair. They weren't trying to prove she was mentally unstable. They were setting her up to take the fall for a multi-million-dollar federal financial crime. If a federal audit hit the company, the paper trail led straight to a highly trained military officer with top-secret clearance. It was the perfect frame job. She opens an internal email thread between Sybil and Preston. Preston, * everything is moving according to schedule. Gabby will have control of the trust once probate begins. Sybil, * Cadence has always been difficult to manage. Her loyalty to duty makes her predictable. Preston, * once Gabby controls the estate trust and probate is closed. Cadence's active duty military status will make it look like a security clearance breach on her end, shielding us from the federal audit. Cadence stares at the screen. They were willing to court-martial her and put her in a military prison to protect Preston's luxury lifestyle. Cadence smiles. It's a cold, sharp expression. She copies every log, every email, every transaction hash, and downloads them onto an encrypted, military-grade drive. They thought her uniform made her predictable. They forgot it made her lethal. Act V, the setup INT. Garrison's study. Next morning, Cadence returns to the Sinclair estate. She parks her rental car out of sight behind the guest house. The party is over, the fake smiles are gone, only the predators remain. She walks down the grand hallway toward her father's study. The heavy double doors are slightly ajar. Through the crack, she sees Garrison sitting behind his massive mahogany desk. Preston sits across from him, reviewing a set of spreadsheets. Neither of them hears her boots click on the hardwood floor. Neither of them has any idea that the trap has already been sprung. YouTube retention metrics optimized. The hook Act I, high-stakes conflict immediately throws the viewer into a courtroom battle. Using a timer countdown technique in the dialogue, not yet, to keep viewers from clicking away. The flashback context, Act III, placed exactly after a major cliffhanger to maintain tension while establishing deep emotional stakes and empathy for Cadence. The climax setup, Act V, ends on a hard narrative cliffhanger, practically forcing the viewer to watch the next episode or segment.